What is up, people? It looks like I have a halo. Can't move, I'm charging. But what is up, people? Welcome back to 75 vlog, and it's officially day 9. How many times did I hit day 9? Not as many as 9, I'll tell you that. It's been a very productive and successful, but very slow day. I've been taking everything quite slowly. I've been breathing, which is not new, but um, it's been productive, it's been successful, and things have been happening. Kind of in slow motion. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I've been processing everything, taking it slow by slow, and not trying to do what I usually do and pile on more work in order not to think about it. I let myself that space and that peace to think. And I know that sounds like very prophetic when it just comes to small things, but that's the way it needs to go. I guess slowing down is just where I need to grow, and that's a big factor for me. Because last night I basically had two really great chats with okay, that's annoying me. I had two. Give me a second. Really great. Oh, look, this is what I'm wearing. Do we like it? This is for the short film we're doing. I had two really good chats with friends, you know, the kind where you're just sit there and talk. And for me, just like with my time and my scheduling, it's really hard for me to do that and make that time. And then I think, you know, I'm a shit person because I don't give enough people enough time. And it's just a case of where have you been? What have you been doing? I guess we were reconnecting, and we didn't really realize like how disconnected we had gotten. And yeah, it was kind. It was a really kind space, and I need to set out time to incorporate more of those. But lately I've been thinking a lot about friendships and boundaries and the whole, you know, transactional nature of a friendship. And, you know, when you start seeing your friends as what can you do for me, it's not the frame of mind or what do you need from me, instead of how can we go about this together and how can we grow together. And I guess we were definitely unpacking that last night. We had a lot of open, honest, I don't want to use the word feedback, but perspectives on how the friendship has been. And I realized I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to maintain certain relationships in a way that didn't feel like a natural response. And another pressure lifted. It was not about performing in a friendship. And that's one thing that I was very transparent about, is that I thought I was coming across like that, and just being open, just no agenda. And it reminded me of Jay. It always reminds me of Jay. God, I must love that man. But in one of his talks, Think Like a Monk, I think it's in the book. No, sorry, 8 Rules of Love, because it talks about relationships and how they aren't built on what you can take, but how you can show up without expectations, without keeping score, and without losing your own emotional peace. And so, like, if you're feeling pressure, just show up. Maybe today's the day that, you know, you give yourself permission to just be for you. Another thing that was good is learning to properly show up for me, and not just on a facetious level, like being comfortable in spaces that would usually make me anxious. And being on set is usually one of the best experiences and environments that I'm in, but I'm also so hyper aware, like every direction, every look from someone, every correction. It used to feel like a personal critique on how I was, and I must not be good at this, why am I still trying, you know? Just stop. But lately I've been realizing, like, taking the direction doesn't mean that I'm not good. It's just meaning that I'm getting better. And the shift was in seeing the growth was not judgment. Does that make sense? No. The critique was growth and not judgment, where it usually was for me. And honestly, it made me feel so much more present and being able to interact with people and not have the whole spotlight effect go on, where I think everyone's just looking and judging. And thinking down on me, where everyone's watching you or analyzing. Tune it out. Tune it out. Like, everyone's doing their thing and living their life, and you need to stop worrying. And I had an amazing conversation with one of the cast here today, and it was just got very introspective, and it was all about just tuning that voice out and realizing no one is going to give as much to you. And speaking of process, something I've been sitting with is a choice to not let anxiety redefine my narrative. I've said that like so many times, and I used to think the discomfort meant, that I was wrong, or this was growth and I need to push through it, and the place meant I needed to fix something. And yeah, well, that, I guess it really meant that I thought there was always just something so broken in me. It wasn't a warning, not an alarm. It was just a signal that, something new is happening, and change is discomforting. And instead of running from it, I've been sitting with it, slowing down. And I guess there's this idea, like, when we resist most of the things that will often shape us, because we're taking ourselves out of that comfortable situation or that comfortable feeling that we usually are in, because that's how we perceive our life to be, even if it's painful. And with the 75 hard progress, steps, got them in. Can't go to the gym today because it's a bank holiday. Happy St. Bridget's Day. But definitely went in between takes. I was here quite early, so I got around this. We're currently shooting in the Killaloe Lake, Killaloe Side Hotel, Lake and Spa. Beautiful, really, really different. It's kind of not triggering, but like every room is a completely different theme in this hotel. It's like they just kind of put a hodgepodge of different people together and said, go at it. The fresh air definitely hits, getting into nature, just being, I guess. And the workouts, yeah, they are on track. This was just another day. That I physically, purposely couldn't, so I had to do more of the walking. I was about to say jogging. I don't jog. Oh my God, my knees are... I have the knees of an 8-year-old, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Oh God, that can be taken up so badly. No, overthinking, not debating, just taking action. Sorry, I was overthinking there. I was not debating whether or not my knees say something about my life. But meals, they're going well, sticking to the plan here, making sure I get a lot of fruit before it gets all gone. I haven't really had crazy cravings, but I love the fact that I'm now set in the frame. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to eat. I buy that. I am spending so much money on meat. It's actually harrowing how much money I've spent in the last 2 weeks on just like lamb and steak and chicken and water. Listen, massive shout out again to Jen for this. The Tumblr never leaves my side, sorry, I should say, and keep on that. So the sleep is like the only thing. There's a new podcast on the Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett, and he's talking all about relationships and how to actually sustain them and what's the worst things we can be doing for it. And the biggest line that I got from the whole thing was, you have too much expectations on what you expect your partner to be. And that just hit me hard. But where am I going with this? The point today, honestly, it was to make a difference and, just feeling my body, taking it slow. And there was a lot of gratitude, but just like a final thought is, gratitude is for the slow days, gratitude is for the conversations, gratitude is being able to recognize growth in places that you never expected. Some days are a challenge. We've had many of those. We've all had many of those. Some days are going to be a joy, high energy, action-packed, So if you're on a journey, I always say journey. Maybe I should call my book that. If you are, doing the 75 hard or any kind of personal growth, incentive for yourself, be it mental, physical well-being, maybe slowing down is sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves. It can be just as productive as the goals we're trying to set. That doesn't make sense. Come on, man. Slowing down can be just as productive as when you're powering through. Yeah, we're going to use that. We'll end it there. But good day, happy day. So I hope you have a good day, the day you deserve. Hey, this is Stuart, day 9. For a second there, I thought I didn't record any of this.